Hope everybody is doing amazing. Um, it's your coach, Carla Nicole. So, I wanted to touch base on a topic that has kind of been, getting some exposure. Anyone that's followed me um, knows that I have a strong um, care about anyone that has dealt with or is dealing with any type of DV scenarios or domestic violence or any type of scenario like that. Anybody that knows me knows that I created a whole program called the Red Flag Program um, to really help to protect, any victim that has been placed in a situation where their physical um, body is in danger, knows that I care deeply about any type of scenario like this. So for me to actually come out and do a video on a I would coach video on this scenario is not by surprise, but it is definitely something different that I've had to talk about. So, if you don't know me, I am Coach Carla Nicole. I do have a strong care about those that have or are dealing, like I said, with any type of domestic violence. And so, it is definitely one of my sole purposes to make sure that I, really give people some insight on how to make sure they're safe, make sure that what they're doing is to their advantage, especially when you're talking about children are involved, any type of person, male or female, is involved in something like this. It really concerns me, always has and always will. So, welcome. I want you to make sure that you share, share, share. Hello, hello, JR. Make sure you share this video because I'm wanting to get it out that I care whether it is a male or female, whether they're celebrities or commoners. I don't care who it is. Anyone that is being hurt or harmed hey, Anthony, Ashley, anyone being hurt or harmed, I care hugely about. Hey, JR, I'm so glad that you're here. I am big about making sure that people are safe, period. That is my purpose and that is my goal. So please make sure to share this video, okay? I am Coach Carla Nicole. I am big about safety. And so I want to touch base on this scenario that's going on, okay? Yes, all genders should be respected and should be safe. And so, like I said, anyone that knows me knows that I am very big about people's safety, period. I don't care who you are, I'm going to care about you. And oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I really am big about making sure, thank you for the beautiful compliments. I appreciate you guys. I'm really big about making sure that we maintain safety and we really get it out here that whomever is in danger, I don't care who you are, I'm going to be very big about making sure you're safe. So I was very upset. Let me just say, very upset about the Safaree scenario going on. Listen to me. I was not happy with the fact that I saw that she was violently putting her force in front of her children on her ex husband. Listen, I don't like it at all. Now, what concerns me more than anything, and this is what I want everybody to understand, this is why I'm telling you to be sure to share this video. Hey, I want you to remember this is very important, that when Safaree had happened to be in that scenario with his ex, and she was putting her hands on him and being violent in front of her children, I was very upset, first of all, because number one, you have children in the room when you are being violent against your ex for whatever reason. I don't care if you're woman or male. I mean, male or female, I don't care. I don't like that children were in the room, number one. So I'm watching this video and I was very concerned because I'm like, children should not see parents in any type of volatility like this anyway. It's very unfortunate and very discomforting for my spirit, period. And as a coach out here trying to make sure that people are safe, this really bothered me. But because he's a celebrity, I always I would coach celebrities because I want to get it out here that it doesn't matter that they're celebrities, it matters that they're people. And since they are people, I take their scenarios and their, situations, and I make sure that I humanize them and get them to where you can see how, if this is you and you have this scenario, what I would tell you as your coach so that we can make sure you're safe and the children are safe and everything else. Here's what concerns me. I saw on his video, he talked about how he was not talking for a very long time about the violence she was doing, about how she was character assassinating him in the media. He didn't talk about all of these things. He wasn't conversing or saying anything about what was going on with his ex-wife in the media. However, she was saying a lot about what he wasn't doing as a father and all of these things, and he held his tongue for a very long time. Now, he has since come out, showed the video of her harming him and attacking him in front of the children. Here's my concern, and this is what I wanted to share, and I want you guys to make sure you share the video. I want to make sure that we get it out here that if men are victims of any type of domestic violence, to please not take it lightly that it's a woman that's harming or hurting you. Sometimes because men are, bigger in stature or they are stronger, a lot of times men usually misjudge that, oh, I can handle it. I don't have to worry about it. It's okay. I can, I'm not going to get hurt or harmed. It doesn't matter. A woman can, if she is in a mindset that she is going to hurt you or harm you or even kill you, it doesn't matter that she's smaller than you or any of that. I want you to remember that you can still be hurt and harmed and must take it very seriously. And yes, he bit his tongue. He did not speak until recently about what his ex was doing. My concern is that when we don't allow men to be men in their true situations that they are dealing with, when women are swinging on them, they can hit them in the temple and take them out of here. There's many men that have died and lost their lives because a woman was angry. A woman was upset. A woman was thinking that she can't, accept whatever he has going on or whatever the hell's going on in her head. There are many women that will hurt, harm, and kill a man. So, what made me most concerned about the fact that Safaree did not speak about his ex's actions and was getting this kind of treatment behind closed doors and didn't say a word about it, that concerns me. Now, his friends knew, but I still don't like that he bit his tongue and he allowed her to just say all kinds of terrible things about him, but he didn't say anything in return. until recently. Here's what concerns me is that sometimes men wait too long. I tell all of my clients, and like I said, I have created a program called the Red Flag Program for anyone that has been in a DV, domestic violence situation, and they don't know how to get out, or they are in a situation where they're not sure how to, get to safety or whatever. I've created a program called the Red Flag Program. So I'm looking at what the red flags were that he didn't speak about because he was thinking, I got it. I'm just not going to say anything because I don't want to do that because I have my children involved. And I get it. However, my concern is a lot of men bite their tongue. They don't think about the fact that, oh my God, this woman can put her hands on me and kill me and take me out of here. She can. And some women will. Not just by, don't always assume that it requires that she has a gun. Sometimes women can have bats, they can have anything, a huge item in their hand and can harm you with it. So don't downplay or disregard a woman's anger or her violence, her insults of your character. All of this stuff you have to pay attention to because a lot of times men just don't think that it could happen to them. And so for me, I wanted to talk about Safaree's scenario because I don't want it to go unnoticed that a lot of times men are missing the signs. There are flags to be paid attention to. When you are out of a love affair with a woman and she is still volatile, violent, nasty, cursing, causing all kinds of ruckus going on, and you guys can't seem to get along with each other, it comes a point where you have to come up with a plan to sever all ties. And what I mean by that is sometimes you have to have a mediator. I want you guys to write this down because this is important. You need to have a mediator to where you can actually, you know, if you have children, you can actually have someone be in the middle to where you get the child and then, you know, you have no contact with this woman. Sometimes it gets to that point to where you have to have a mediator be the one to now handle the children. Because a lot of times we don't think about this part. We don't think that that woman can show up at your home and start hitting on you, banging on the door. She was banging on the door and saying certain things, and it was dangerous. First of all, he's thinking it's my kid's mom, so I'm going to let her in. But you don't know the mindset of that woman that is volatile, violent, using terrible words, talking about you as a poor father or whatever they got going on in their mind. You can't afford to allow someone to come into your home. And whether she is your ex or not, men, you have to be cautious that sometimes women will be so volatile and so violent and angry for whatever reason. She may have reason, she may not. But the problem is, if she comes to your home, unfortunately, you'll find yourself in between a rock and a hard place, and you're going to find yourself frustrated, and you can find yourself harmed, or my God, hurt or killed. And here's the thing. Most people don't think about the fact that the violence is real. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a game. It can't be downplayed, and you can't act like, oh, it won't happen to me. Listen, what I always tell my clients, any client that I'm close to, that I'm coaching, that I'm telling, get out of the scenario you're in, I will tell them the difference between you and the person that was murdered is that they stayed one day too long. But for gentlemen, it's not usually that you stay too long, it's that you let your guard down and let them in your home. Or you let them in to where you're like, oh, they can come in because they're my kid's mother. They should not come in. If she's doing in any way, shape, or form, and you know, gentlemen, you can hear from different people. They will tell you what is being said about you from her all the time. It doesn't take a lot. You can find out what is being said about you, because that, my love, is very hugely impactful with how she will respond to you when she doesn't think the cameras are rolling, when she thinks she can get away with it and nobody can see it. What is she saying when no one is around? What is she saying about you? You are her child's father or her ex-husband or whomever. Just because you sever ties doesn't mean you have to be enemies. However, a lot of times, gentlemen, you will definitely let your guard down and say, "Well, that's my kid's mom, so I'll let her in, and it's okay." It's not. Sometimes you have to sit down and make a decision and make it quick. Don't take forever trying to decide, should I let maybe have someone in here to where they can actually take the child and then we can exchange that way. You sometimes should not have any contact with the woman, because if she's talking negative about you, if she's character assassinating your character, if she's talking about who you are as a man, who you are as a father, you're not this, you're not that, she's cussing about you and all kinds of things, you don't want to be okaying or allowing your children to be exchanged from her, because it's dangerous. If there's volatility in that breakup and it has not been healed and it has not been rectified, it comes a point where someone has to mediate. It is okay to do that. Matter of fact, I suggest it. And a lot of times I will tell people that I coach, listen, you need to get a mediator. You need to get him ASAP. No more exchanging that child, because you don't know what she will do or how she will do it. People will roll up. I mean, people don't care that some people will roll over you with a car. I mean, there's all kinds of things that people will do when they're psycho. And let me explain something to you. Just because someone seems nice, talks sweet, don't underestimate it. I'm telling you. Sound minds are sound all the time. They're not sound minded once in a while. If someone is talking negative about you as a father, talking about all about who you are and what you're not doing and all of that, that's dangerous. That's a red flag. Like I said, I have a whole program called a red flag program that I help and actually encourage people to take, just so you know what are the red flags. How do I know when someone is off? How do I know if someone is up to something? How do I know if someone is trying to take me for a fool? Just because we are nice and we had children and we got married, now that everything's all said and done, my ex is an ass. He's mean to me. He's talking about me. He's saying all this negative stuff. You can't take that for granted, that that's being said. And you have knowledge of that being said. Because when you get that knowledge, what you want to make sure of is, okay, hold on. You have a tendency to talk negative about me when I'm not around. So what else will you do when you don't think that anything is being recorded? When you think you can just say what you want to me? When you want to just dog me? When you want to talk about me to my children? There's all kinds of stuff people will do. But when he had that camera rolling, we saw how she went over there and acted a fool, swinging on this man. And my concern is, what if it would have killed him? All we would have had was a recording. That's still not good at all. And if all you have is a recording, you don't have that father anymore. You don't have that man to take care of those kids anymore. You are now no longer here. And it took one time for one of that swinging that she was doing, one of those swinging on the temple or anything that could have happened, could have taken his life. I don't play when it comes to who I care about and who I coach and who I look out for and my kids and people I love. I don't play when it comes to stuff like this. So for me, it's not an issue for me to say, listen, just like Ashley said, you got to pay attention to these people that look like they're real kind and sweet, but they're not. They're dangerous. You cannot you cannot just simply just think that everybody is okay just because you had children with them, just because you married them. Because people change. Let me just say that as well. People change or people hold back. They're crazy until they think that they can no longer be shown or seen. So you got to be careful. Okay? I'm your coach, Carla Nicole. I don't play about people I care about. And like I said, when I saw that video with Safaree going through what he went through, I saw that he was going on and explaining how tough it was, that he took a long time to share his side of the story. It concerns me because I know that he's not the only man out here being, I'm telling you, he's not the only man out here being, you know, tortured like this. I mean, and we have to be honest. Men are in these scenarios and they don't have a voice. And my concern is I don't like voiceless to not be protected because it's terrifying for them. And for me, I need them to know, you need to know the red flags. So here's the flags. Like I said, make sure you write these down because these are important. If someone is talking about you and your reputation after they have been in a relationship with you, if they're out here bad mouthing you, discussing you and your private stuff that you happen to be private with, all of that stuff is not good. You do not want those type of people to be able to talk about you or be able to take your children from you, and no one is there to make sure it's done in taste. Because I'm gonna tell you, children don't need to see that dysfunction. They don't. This is one of my issues also, because I also have a course called Parenting Resolution, and I have a course called Vow to Guide, because once we're a parent, we're supposed to be guiding our children. So one of my issues is I don't believe in you exposing children to certain things. She came over there on some other mess and did that stuff in front of her children. Unacceptable. You don't do that. That is not acceptable. You don't just go over here and just act an ass to your children. It's unacceptable, number one. And number two, children imitate. Children imitate what they see. My prime example, I have a 25-year-old daughter. She imitates what I back my car up because I don't like my car to be turned forward because I like to back it out, back it in, so when I pull it out, I can go straight out. Well, my daughter does that now. She backs in. Your children imitate you as an example. So we have to be mindful what we show our children is important for what they do in their life. When you are coming over to your children's father's home, your ex-husband's home, and you're swinging on him, disrespecting him, calling him out of his name, treating him like dog shit, when you're doing stuff like that, you are actually causing the children to think that that's normal. Or they're feeling like they're helpless and they love their father, so that's not something that they should be exposed to. But again, these are things that I have an issue with. I don't like for fathers to feel voiceless, or any person, but right now I'm speaking from on behalf of Safaree. I don't like a father to feel voiceless. It makes me concerned because children seeing that can easily just preconceive that men are safe and it's okay for women to be like this towards them. And I don't think children should see that. Again, make sure you share this video. Again, this is important because I want to see that more people understand the power and the glory of how important it is to be functional with your kids. When we come out of a love affair and a relationship, it's very important that we get more understanding of how we are inside. If we don't start looking at, am I really okay here? After my divorce, am I okay for real? Or do I need to get some help? Do I need to seek for some help? Do I need to get some coaching? Do I need to get some therapy? Do I need to sit down and talk to somebody? This comes a point where you need to sit down and really look at you. It's true. We can't assume that we got it all figured out. There's times that I have my own personal coach that I talk to because I have to be okay in order to be out here coaching other people. So I have to make sure I'm good. And I am also human. I have went through some stuff. I mean, major stuff. I don't look like what I've been through, but I've had some stuff I had really went through. And so for me, it's important that I make sure that you guys understand, do not allow someone to mistreat you because it's dangerous. And notice how I'm making sure to reiterate, it's imperative that you pay attention to what someone says about you when you're not around. Listen to what they're gossiping about. It's important because when you don't pay attention to this, you will find out, oh my God, this person's been talking negative about me as a parent, talking about me as a sister, talking about me to my, oh my God, how I am as a daughter, how I am as a mother. And those words and viciousness can also become volatile. And in that, they can become violent when you least expect it. And they can do it without the cameras rolling. Just so happens in Safaree's scenario, she did it and the cameras was rolling. So he has something to show. What if he didn't? And she was still out here spewing all this negativity and bad stuff about him as a father. He wouldn't have any legs to stand on, right? Especially when he didn't want to be a part of the circus. Because that's what that is. When you cause yourself to go back and forth with an ex and you're just back and forth bad mouthing and evil back and forth. That stuff is unhealthy. So if you need help with something like this, please reach out to me. I'm your coach. You can go to my website. It's smileandsip.com, like it sounds. Smileandsip.com, and I will put it in the chat. Also, you can call me. My 800 number is 8445-WISDOM, extension 0. You can reach me that way. But again, I'm really big about teaching about scenarios like this. And yes, it's celebrity based, but I want you to understand that yes, that's the case, but that's not the only reason I'm talking about this. I'm talking about this because I know there's a lot of voiceless men that are going through this. Get you a mediator. Get you somebody to take those children to and from each other so you're not in each other's presence. The volatility, the violence shouldn't be happening in front of children. If it is, get you some help. If you need some help, reach me. Like I said, it's smileandsip.com. My phone number is 8445-WISDOM. Make sure to share this video, guys. I'm sure to do another video, and I'm probably going to do a video on his ex because she needs help too. And just touch base about how we can get better with our breakups, how we can restore ourselves, how we can get better with being exes and being more healthy. Okay, it's your coach. I'm Coach Carla Nicole. I'm signing off. Best kept, guys. Share this video. Good night.